I'm sorry. My apple juice is kicking in now.
Wow, look at that.
What's going on this morning, doggo?
All right, we're out here Buttonwillow Raceway, racing cars in sweatpants.
And, okay, you know what else? We had a really cool story to show our live stream audience. The struggle of our boy Vin trying to get into the twos, and he's already smashing it left and right in sweats.
Racing uniform.
Dude, what'd you run?
Half of our crew got full race team, racing suits.
That's the other side. We'll go to the pro side later.
We have a tent, and I'm wearing sweatpants.
And Vin's badass. I didn't get invited into the Raptor, though. I had to sleep in the dirt under the truck last night. So, but here at Buttonwillow Raceway Park, clockwise 13 configuration, this global time attack representing the Super Lab Battle Finals. Amazing course, amazing race, amazing day. Time attack's a little bit of a different thing. It's not quite wheel to wheel, but heads love it. This is ahead of our grip brigade here.
No, Sally is.
Oh, Sally's the head of the. Oh, so Sally's the head of the.
I'm runner-up.
He's runner-up in the grip brigade. What was your fast time? 2 minutes and change coming into this?
I did, before we came here, before I put on the wing.
Less nicer aero before?
So I had just a split air. I did a 2 flat point, like 6. And then I did the APR wing and put the Beamer World diffuser on. I did a 157.6.
158.1 in your first time out, and 157.6. That's, for those who don't know, at Buttonwillow Raceway Park, 2 minutes is at clockwise 13. That's your benchmark. Sub 2 is good. The record right now is a 137.308, set by William All Young in a front-wheel drive Civic. But there's a whole bunch of stories.
1,000 horsepower, full-blown race car.
Civic though.
Yeah,
Civic, man.
Yeah, but this is like you're talking
motorsport.
I'm doing good. Doing a 157, and then we're going to talk about
Drew,
a 136.
Motorsport, right there. You have Goodrich, what tires? Squared?
Rival S, 275 squared. Air conditioning, heat, power windows, radio, power locks, street legal.
Show the CSL airbox, man. Come on.
Yeah, so this thing, honestly, like, I think it, like, the cold weather plus the increase in power from that and the 85 makes it feel a lot better.
Look who else is here. Nelson, Cotto. Cotto came back. Cotto, what happened? What happened?
Cotto, how'd you do, boy?
What happened?
I came just so I could beat the game.
How'd you do?
I don't know. I didn't see
Step
my
back,
time
step
yet.
back.
What'd you do? Did you get your 56?
57.6.
This man's on
Getting
fire.
there.
What do you get from my Honda Nation?
I gotta go get my phone so I can see my time.
Okay, he's got to go see his time,
Yeah.
but he's representing the Grip Brigade too.
Yes.
S2000. Let's finish a walk around on Vin's car real quick.
Yeah,
as we're
I'm gonna
getting
go
into
get my
it.
phone.
Get your phone.
Oh, okay. That's how
Talk
we're doing.
about now. See, before, can we show this one too, Drew? What's this do, Vin?
So this is a splitter. It's honestly, like, you could say it should be more firm than
It
that.
definitely should. Not gonna call you out on that.
But I don't want all those gross stanchions. You know, like, I'm not race car guy enough to have stanchions. So I don't want it. So, E46 M3.
But what does this do?
Creates downforce on the front end.
And what does downforce do? We're breaking it down.
Oh, God,
come on,
okay.
Come on.
Man, I feel like you should be, like, Mike Kojima should be doing this, not me. Downforce pushes air on the front of the car to put grip on.
Yes,
so
it creates
this car
what's
was
called
actually
aerodynamic grip, actually, instead of mechanical grip. There's two different types of grip that you can apply to a vehicle. Mechanical grip is when you adjust the suspension. Aerodynamic grip is when you create more pressure on the car. The problem with aerodynamic grip is when you create more downforce, it creates more drag. Drag slows you down. You want something that'll slip through the air like a wing. The problem with a wing, that's designed to lift. So when you have lift, the car gets looser. The car actually kind of floats across the track.
There's one thing that I do. I don't do any track prep. I don't do anything that normal race people do. I didn't even check my tire pressure. It's the one thing, man. It's my buddy Jerry. He comes to track with us. He's slow as hell. He can't keep up.
How you doing?
We're live on the internet.
Say hi to Twitch.
Say hi to Twitch.
You just shook Twitch's hand, I guess. Yeah.
So
do the
Vin's
internet?
doing
You've
tire
never been on the
pressures.
internet?
Drew, do we have any comments yet, or anybody asking any questions yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So now the tire pressure that you want to get.
57.6.
Get the fuck out.
Wait, 57 psi, Vin? 57.6 psi? That's way too much, Vin. So you want to get your tire pressure right. You adjust tire pressures depending on the track, which way you want to turn, which way you want to go, depending if you're front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, or rear-wheel drive. So that's where the tire pressures come into play. It works with the aero, too. You can see the way Vin's tires are wearing, see the way the shoulder blocks are squaring off like that. That's actually a good thing. Super soft, sticky, BF Goodrich Rival compound. Tire compound is a big deal in time attack. There's something called UTQG, which is Universal Tire Quality Gradient, I believe, and that depends on how soft the tire is. In time attack right now, in global time attack, the classes are divided into enthusiast, which is a 220 UTQG. The higher the UTQG, that means it's more of an all-season tire. So that's kind of a harder tire, not designed for long wear, but not sticky and handle well. In street class, it's a UTQG of 180. In limited, it gets down to an 80. And then when you get to unlimited and pro, sky's the limit. You can use racing slicks, you can use whatever you want. Racing slicks are actually better now for time attack because the aerodynamic load that cars are creating creates so much for what's called the radial sidewall. You don't want to have that. These radial sidewalls don't agree with all this downforce. The tires will heat up. That's why Vin checks the air pressures, because when the tires heat up, it creates different air pressures that will show you where the car is handling better or handling more poorly. Let's take a look at the back here. Love the Recaros. Love the roll cage. Super hot boy steering wheel. Shifter. And then this new thing right here is the APR wing. This creates a downforce on the back. And check this out, Drew. This is what's called a gurney flap or a wicker bill. That creates a little bit more of a kick. It disrupts the air, pushes the back end down. But you have to dial it in so that you make sure the rear downforce agrees with the front downforce. Enough of Vin's car. Let's move on.
All right.
This is Sung's car. This thing's pretty sick. Crazy aero on this one. S2000s, Miatas, and the new FK8 CTR are the cars to have this year. Everyone's driving them. Speaking of which, there's a brand new Civic Type R right there. I'm not a fan of the styling, but this out of the box is a sick ass ride. It gets it done 4 doors. Starts at $36,000, but all the Honda dealers are charging $50 for them. Don't do that, Honda dealers, not cool. This one's got the hardtop. I think it's got an HKS supercharger. This is an AP1, so I believe it has the F20. Love the Voltex wing with the little swan pedestals. Bonus points for that. This car's in street class. This car is also in street class. This is Cato's car. The reason it's in street class is because of the tires. The tires are what move him up into street class. He's running the BF Goodrich Rivals. If he ran something with a higher UTQG than 180, that would push him back up to 220. That will push him back into enthusiast class. Cato's thinking like, if he doesn't want to run the BF Goodriches and he runs like maybe a harder tire, that will put him back in enthusiast class. But to be honest, Cato and Vin are just out here for fun. But it shows you the differences between what is a street class car and what is a street class car. Cato just got a new cam in his. He's got the F20. This is an AP1 also. I like the F20 better than the F22 because it redlines up to 9,000 RPM. I think the F22 redlines at like 8,200 RPM. Cato's got the hardtop. Titan 7 wheels. That's Cato's car. Now, you're seeing over here, this is Carl Stonick. That's Ken Soon. KSR Racing just partnered up with Project Import. Pushing her into place. You can see the arrow. This is an unlimited rear-wheel drive car. S2000 also. I want to say it's a turbo F20, but I'm not entirely sure. So they're getting her car ready. Meanwhile, we'll see over here, Marcos Malonis' car. I don't know where he ran. Watch out, we gotta get out of the way. Hey, Carla, let him go in. Let him drive the partner. He's the partner. Exhaust and wastegate out the side. So see her tires? These are the Hoosier slicks. I want to say they're the R6s. That talks about what tire pressure is. 25 cold, but then after you run on the track, it gets all the way up to 30 hot. That's optimal for the car. So the tire pressures can change by 5 PSI on this car, which is a lot. Marcos Malonis, Snail Performance Marcos, one of our Grip Brigade guys. Does very well. These guys are masters of Subaru tuning. I'm just going to call it out. Subarus are not good at high horsepower. Snail Performance makes this car good at high horsepower. EJ25. So much noise. Sorry for the noise. We're at a racetrack. Marcos Malonis, my boy. Last time I saw him, he had a banana daiquiri, had a little too much to drink. We had to carry him out of the restroom in a casino in Las Vegas.
Okay, at least get it right. At least it was straight Jack Daniels.
It was straight Jack Daniels.
And then Jaeger bombs.
And then Jaeger bombs. So I'm really good at the beer time attack. I'm not good at the real time attack. Marcos was on the come up back then. Now I got to brush his shoulders off because you were setting records everywhere. You have the street all-wheel drive record here.
Yes.
You have it at Road Atlanta also.
Yes.
And you've been just crushing everything in this car.
Trying.
Tell us a little bit about the car. Say hi to Twitch first of all.
Hi, Internet. So, it's
Let's stand in front of the car. Let's show this thing off, man.
all right.
Walk around. Tell Drew all about this one.
2006 Subaru WRX, backed by Snail Performance and IAG Performance. It's a IAG Performance Stage 2.5 short block with 14mm head studs. We're also utilizing their new fire ring head gasket. It's a Garrett Motion GTX 3076R Turbo on an ETS rotated kit. Injector Dynamics 2000cc injectors, Ignite Red fuel, makes 540 horsepower at 28 pounds of boost, and then we have a kill mode map at 580 to the wheels at about 33 pounds. It's pretty quick. Project Import handled the aero on the front end. It's got a chassis mounted wing in the back, 18 by 9.5, plus 22 Advan RSDF wheels. I love those. It's probably about as aggressive as you can fit on a stock Subaru body, running at 255/35 Bridgestone Potenza RE71R.
What's the UTQG on that one?
200.
200. See that he's not even optimizing this for street class. You can go down to a 180. He's on a 200 on that, so it shows you like still fast.
Yeah.
I love those Bridgestones.
Yeah, this tire is great. And the benefit too this year, I didn't blow the clutch up and I didn't snap an axle, so we're not pulling the transmission the night before like you did last year. But
Well, let's talk about that.
Yes.
He was on, for our YouTube nation, he was on the show.
yeah, we did
And
daily
drag
transmission last
racing
year.
his better half, Sally.
Yeah, we did the space
on
race last year.
The space race on the night before. We scumbagged him into the night before our global time attack.
Yeah.
And just
It was worth it.
burn the clutch. It was worth it. It was really good internet views.
Yeah,
Really
it was
excited
great.
to see
I
it.
mean, it was
thank you
ton
for
of
doing
fun.
that, and so
Yeah.
sorry. Thank you, and we're sorry. Can you pop the hood and show the 540 horsepower?
Grab the other side.
Making me do this. This is the worst guy to
And then just the so yeah, you can see big GTX 3076 ETS rotated kit, Piper Cross air filter, all Turbo Smart goodies handling the boost with the Raceport blow-off valve, FPR 2000, and then we've got the Hypergate 45 down below. We've got the new Gen 5, so we can add cooling if we want. We can also add the wastegate pressure sensor as well if we want to monitor it. We've got the Man Engineering inverted coilovers, ETS front mount kit. Not much left here. All speed flow fittings on the AN side for all the fuel system delivery. IAG equal length fuel rails. This thing, this car knows how to boogie, that's for sure.
Now, I'm just going to say it. Sorry, I know the internet already hates me. I'm a Honda guy, so I'm just going to say it. Subarus are not known for handling horsepower above 400. You know,
Correct.
they don't do well. You guys never have, knock on wood, never have engine failures. So
Yes.
I really like the way you guys build your engines are.
So if it's IAG, if it weren't for them and their expertise in the 2.5 liter Subaru field, we would be struggling. I mean, once we switched over to their engine program, the problems have been next to nothing. We've been able to run high horsepower consistently and not have the issues we're seeing. I mean, you know, we're out here, I'm revving to 7, Sally can rev out to 8, and she's making around the same power level on her car, and we have no issues. I mean, it's great. It's nice. You know, it's a nice thing to worry about. Same thing with like the brakes from StopTech. We got the Trophy ST40 kits. It's basically like set it and forget it, like Ron Peel, you know, the oven. And literally, like, we have no issues. We've had no complaints all season with it. It's been super easy to manage. It's like, it's nice. It's nice to have that peace of mind to work with good companies like that.
Yeah, I know. When you said you rev to 8,000, me as a Honda guy, that's the only thing I have to hang my hat on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, but you can't VTEC like we
No,
can.
I don't have 9K
Pado's
like
got
these boys.
Pado's got the 9K on the F20. But now you guys are revving up to 8,000 on the EJ25, which I think is just nuts and
It is.
really cool and true testament to what you guys do.
It is, yeah.
Okay, this stuff is all cool. Let's talk big time, and I'm talking times.
Yes.
What have you been running this weekend? What your record is a
48.282.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what are you at right now?
I'm in, so the first session was kind of tough. Unfortunately, some of the bigger unlimited guys had some issues, so there were 3 cars off in that first session, which was ideal.
Not to interrupt people, want to educate our audience a little bit. Global time attack and a lot of the time attacks do something different. You don't run by class, you run by time. Marcos is so fast as a street all-wheel drive guy, they put him in with the unlimited guys because he's at the narrow end of the spear, so to speak. So he gets put in with the unlimited cars because that's what time he runs. He's not necessarily in their class. So it does get confusing when we're going to watch the on-track stuff a little later, but that sort of shows you what it's about. We have A, B, C, D, and E run groups, and he's in the A run group with the fastest guys. So, which ironically, there was a couple issues. Subaru guys had engine issues. I don't want to call them out during the event.
No, it was tough. Yeah, but like you said, the times have been good. The toughest thing for us this weekend has been the track conditions. Obviously, everybody's kind of going for broke, so we're using all the track and then a little bit extra.
And when he says that means you're bringing back dirt and debris.
Yes.
So when you use a little bit extra, just go home and stay on the infield. Don't get back on, but everybody's done that.
But like the benefit is too with the guys in A class, they have good track awareness, so they know if you're behind them on a flyer or if you're gonna go they know when to move out of the way and when to be in the way.
Explain really quick, Marcos, what fully timed means.
So this block is the time belt's already on, the head cylinder heads are on, head gaskets are on. All you need to do is put the intake manifold and the fuel rails on, the exhaust manifold and the turbo, hook up all your plumbing with coolant and oil, and she's ready to rock.
That's crazy. So that when he says fully timed, that's a fully, like when you say a built engine, there's still a lot of work to be done with that, but when you have like the timing cover and chain on it and everything, that's amazing that you could put that in that quickly like that. So kudos to those guys for getting it done. Definitely. I hope they can run a number. This is our first time at Bunwell, I want to say.
Yeah, the first time here. I mean, they got stiff competition. Tomo Gorman, and the Professional Awesome Pit, 38 this morning. They're like right on the record.
It's crazy because their old driver, Jeff Westfall, had the record in 138.9 in the GST Impreza L, and now they just ran a 138.5 and so they took the record, and it's his first time driving that car. I think he's a Honda guy, so go Tom O'Gorman. Thank you, Honda boy. No. Okay, we're going all over the place. What was the times? Give us some times.
So kind of struggling today. I'm obviously
148.2
is your record. I'm in the mid 49s. We just put stickers on, got them scrubbed in.
What's stickers?
Brand new, fresh set of tires
with the stickers still out.
When he said that earlier, I thought
that's what I thought. I was like, that's what we did. I'm like, I give some Hoonigan stickers, extra horsepower. Yes, Honda guy, VTEC sticker.
No, brand new, fresh tires, ready to go. We just got them heat cycled so that we should be able to get a little bit more grip out of them.
What's heat cycled too?
So basically, getting the tire warmed up, getting it up to its operating temperature, and then allowing it to cool fully. So you're supposed to get a little bit better grip and a little bit better tread longevity as well by heat cycling.
What do you think? Do you think heat cycling on track is better than like a tire rack? Not anything it's tire rack, but when they heat cycle some of the tires before.
I still like the on track because one, you've already got it dialed in. That way you can dial the pressure.
It heat cycles to the suspension settings that you have.
Yep. Yeah, that way it's very good. I think that's the best way to do it, in my opinion.
Well, Marcos, you're kind of hot and everything, but Sally's a little hotter.
Yeah.
Can we go talk to Sally now? Sally! Let's go talk to Sally. Let's go see. This is Sally McNulty. She's the queen of the brigade. What are you running? Personal best?
My fastest time is a 153.4.
Oh, you did it?
Yes.
So 153.5? That was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
I didn't go any faster today.
Oh my God, air jacks, just the coolest thing. We'll get over there in a second.
Not on my budget.
Now you're about to go out in your run group. Did you change anything?
Yes, we changed brake pads. And then we just did some adjustment settings on the dampening.
Okay. So you think you got a little bit more in it?
Yes.
Did you hear about the track conditions from Marcos? Are they better or worse than yesterday?
They seem like they're pretty dusty out there.
They are.
A lot of the...
Where's Kato?
Oh, well,
Can we make Kato? Can we make Katos?
Yeah.
I know. Like everybody's going off, so not good. Like everybody seems to go full send here at Bunwell.
Hey.
Oh, look at that! You have your own umbrella girl, and she's pretty. Oh, that's so good.
Pretty too.
It's so pretty. So pretty. There's Travis Barnes too. We're gonna talk to him. Boss of the sauce too. So Sally's gonna get ready to go. So she's the other half of the Snail Performance Street All-Wheel Drive Monsters. This car's a beast too. We're hoping to see her go faster than 153.2. Craziness. So they got comms now. So Sally, who do you talk to over the wall?
I talked to Travis Barnes.
Travis Barnes.
He yells at me a lot.
He's the sauce boss. The Snail Performance Kingpin. Sally's got her helmet on. She has a Hans device. This is a head and neck support. Huge thing. You repaired already? What helmet is that?
It is an HJC.
Oh, I like HJC. Nice. I like the Narita dogfight too here going on. Yeah, I love these guys.
Yeah, Sean makes some cool stuff.
Yeah, he does. Technically, he's our competition, but he's a friend of me, so I'll say yes to that. And driver suit, SFI rated. That's Safety Federation International. That's for the flame retardant. We're hoping Sally doesn't catch on fire, but if she does, the suit will protect her. Still has the glasses too. She's getting ready to go out right now. When you get all your gear in, it's hard for you to see with the Hans, so you get a quick release steering wheel plugged in. Now Marcos is going to make sure she gets strapped in. You want to be strapped in as tight as possible because in the event of an impact or an accident, you don't want your body to move. Your body should stay with the car. The car should be designed as a safety cell. Also, something to remember, don't run harnesses. Don't run a roll cage on the street. It's not a good thing. Racers like me, I would probably do if I had the money.
Same.
I would have more money than sense if I did that.
Yeah, the nice thing about these harnesses too is they're 2-inch, 3-inch.
Oh, so it goes over the Hans. It's narrower around the Hans, and then it gets to be 3-inch down there. 5-point harness, 6-point harness actually. So it's got 2 submarine belts. The anti-submarine belts in her nether regions are designed to let her not. I just said nether regions.
You're good.
Designed to not let Sally slide forward. He gives her gloves last. Once she gets everything cinched in. Aim solo, she can see her lap time. Hey Sally, really quick, how many heaters do you go for in a session? Sally goes for 3. A lot of the top teams go for 1. Some of the lower teams just go for all of them. They just go as many as they can. Sally's got it. She knows the track well enough, and she knows how she can go that she could do it with a
the secret weapon.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow. Okay, we saw that. All right. Man, could I go as fast as? Could I give me an icebreaker? I think I can go as fast as Sally.
All right, you good to go?
So she's going out right now. She's got a cob access port in there. You can see that. Yeah, girl, get it. Cob access port. The aim solo. There she goes. Look at the little hearts on the brake lights. Love that. This car should run much faster, not because of Carla, but because they're still developing the car. Carla ran this thing to a 159 just the first time behind it, then went 6+ seconds faster at a 153. So she's scorching. Will we see you go any faster?
Yeah, that's
because you got the arrow on now.
We do. We just need to make sure that the brakes are working properly.
Okay.
And if so, theoretically, it should be much faster.
So into the 49s?
That's what I'm shooting for.
Oh my God, that's so fast. No, I want to be able to just say that Carla drives like a girl because she's just crushing all the guys out here. So I wish I could drive like a girl. I'm not even, I can't even get on her level. So amazing. So excited to see you hit it. So
Thank you.
I really, having Ken Soon build this car, he's a mad scientist though.
He is.
Ken Soon, like Godspeed Racing, now he's with Project Import, really doing, no more Godspeed, I know. Now he's all Project Import. Okay, KSR, where's the big red action? We'll talk about that in a second. We gotta get Carla in the car. So, good luck, Carla. You used to run a Miata, didn't you, back in the day?
S2000.
S2000, that's right, another S2000. That's right, your S2000.
Yeah.
So. And are you still at Moto IQ?
I drive for them.
She drives for them too,
Yeah.
so okay, very cool. So good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Carla's gonna go out. We'll interview her when she comes back. Very, very cool thing. Check out the front end on this one, Drew. So because this is an unlimited car, the splitter can extend more than 3 inches. So this one's going way out. This is a really unique design. This is sort of I want to say it's an experimental take on they call it a hammerhead. The hammerhead that MCA Suspensions did in Australia. This is sort of the same thing. Usually the MCA one has got a little additional piece there, but you can see the way a lot of the items are homemade, but it's still yet very sturdy because when you're creating that much downforce, you want it to be that sturdy. 200 mile an hour tape. We're trying to tape up all the gaps here, make sure it gets tight in the line. So see this car get into the 49s would be pretty cool. We're gonna get over here and look at these guys. This is the CanJam Motorsports STI. Richard Boak is the driver. He's a Pirelli driver apparently. I don't know much about this car or the driver or the team, but they run very well. They dominated the Speed Ring event. They've set records at a bunch of different tracks. This is their first time here at Buffalo for Global Time Attack. So we're excited to see what it does. They lost a motor yesterday, and they actually stayed up late last night, changed the motor out. They had another off this morning. Looks like they're trying to get the car together to run in a later session. So I don't want to bother them to talk to them, but
The next session.
they're going to go out. Oh, he's telling me right now they're going out in the very next session. So they're thrashing to get the car done. These guys are very much a pro team. So really cool to see them out here. It's an honor to see them out at Global Time Attack Super Lab out. So we'll let them get about their business. We'll make our way back outside.
Do these people get paid to race? I'm guessing they have sponsors and stuff. What about the likes of Kato? Does he get a buck, or is it just hobby for him?
Basically, if you to use the old skater lineage,
flow.
It's flow. Like Kato and Vin are like what we would call flow drivers. They get some free products and everything. I don't want to diss them, but it's more based on their ability as influencers than their driving ability. But Vin's running 150, 157, so he's down in it now. When you get into like Marcos and Sally, that level, they maybe get still flow, but they might get just a tiny bit of money towards like they say, we'll give you tires plus maybe $5,000 or $10,000. But to run a program like that, I would say for Sally and Marcos, car not included, just to campaign and drive around, take time off work, do all that, you're probably looking at about like $50,000 to $100,000 just to get the car to all the events. So it's still very much entry level motorsports, but it gets very pricey. This is the upper end of what you call HPDE, which is high performance driving events, and Global Time Attack and Time Attack events are sort of the upper NA Plus Ultra. This car right here is a Snail Performance car. This is a Subaru STI RA. This is a limited edition model. This one is done by Travis Barnes, who runs Snail Performance. This is an enthusiast class car. So he's running less sticky tires, but he's got about 400 horsepower on this. Full interior.
Open it up.
AC, everything. I don't care. It's Travis's car. So this car, I really like this car. This is really cool. Let's make our way down the paddock. I think the boys are getting ready. They might not be going out. I don't know what's happening. We're going to go this way. I really like this Prelude here. This is super cool, Drew. You don't see very many Time Attack Preludes, and this one seems to be done very well. Pedestal mounted wing. He's got the fender vents up in the front here. These here are designed as air extractors to prevent air from filling up inside here. So when you have vents going into the brakes or the air gets in there, this helps extract them. So this is a really well thought out car. I really like this car. EG Civic, very cool, standard setup. Now see, you look in a front wheel drive car, you want to have the fenders wider in the front, so you have what's called a reverse stagger. So you run wider tires in the front because you're actually driving and turning with the same tires. Big wing, this car is really fast here. Time Attack Mustang, don't see a lot of those.
I know, we were just talking about that yesterday.
Definitely went off, though. I like this. My friend's a professional muscle, did the arrow for him, but it looks like he went off and just ruined all the arrows. So don't know if this car's going to be running. When this happens, when you rip all the arrow off, the car's unsettled now. Then it's going to kind of do a wheelie down the track. So when you try to turn, the front wheels don't connect. It's not a good thing. So I hope the driver's okay.
Panda wants to know how wide you can go with front tires.
On a front wheel drive?
Yeah.
Like it depends on the chassis. Like an older car, like an EG, it's a much smaller chassis. So on the front, on a I would say 225 or 235. I've seen some people do 255s, which are really pushing it. That's an older chassis. Look at how small that EG is. But now, look at this FK8. This is the new Civic Type R. This thing's a beast. It's become like the Time Attack car du jour. It's like everyone is running FK8s. They're really fast out of the box. This is one of the faster ones. Is this your car, sir? Hey, I'm John. We're on Twitch right now, Hoonigan. So, what's your name?
Ching-Chi.
Ching-Chi? Tell me about this car really quick, if you don't mind. Do you have a minute to talk?
Yeah, he's back and talk about pedaling, I do.
Okay. He's the driver?
Yeah, he's
okay, wonderful. Hey.
How's it going?
I'm Nads.
Nice to
Nice to meet
meet you.
you. This is our first Time Attack event in a minute, and we came out and I saw all these FK8 CTRs like everywhere, and you guys seem to be going faster than most.
Well, not really. We're from the East Coast, so we're trying to figure out the tracks.
What class are you running in? Street front wheel drive. Okay. What sort of power are you making on this one?
It's not a lot, but it's a fresh motor, so we're not pushing it real hard yet.
So this is a mill motor, correct? Yes. Okay. So you're just sort of getting used to the engine and getting used to the track.
Yeah, we just started it the first time Saturday. Loaded up on the trailer Sunday to come out here from Georgia.
How do you like this Civic Type R as a driver?
I think it's great. I mean, it's odd for a Civic just because it's huge, but overall it's a big improvement over earlier cars.
Very much so.
But at the same time, it takes a little different driving. It's big,
Completely.
wide, heavier.
Hey, are you used to driving front-wheel drive cars?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're already experienced in that. What sort of times you guys running out here today?
Just in a 57.8.
Okay, see, any Civic that runs sub-2s at Buttonwillow is very impressive. So
I've got
50s.
about 20 laps here.
Okay, so what do you think about the course here? First time
I really
here?
like the track.
Yep.
I mean, I came here a few years ago, was the first time, and in a Mazda 2.
Okay.
And then in a Honda Fit the next time I took.
Okay.
But I really like the track. I think it's a little rough. You know, we're used to East Coast tracks where they're fast, smooth.
Smooth, yeah, I know.
They got
We're
some
not
bumps, but
completely.
not consistent bumps.
I got to be honest with you. I've started this event in 2004. When we came out here the first time, it was really it was way worse than it is now. They paved through the S's. They slowly repaved the entire track, so it's way better than it was before. But I understand that it is definitely still rough.
I really like the configuration and the turns with the big cresting.
Completely. So we got Phil Hill and we got Cotton Corners and Magic Mountain over there. It's just. What do you think about? Are you going to adjust anything for the next session before you go out? Try to find more time, or is it just more seat time?
Mess
Or
with
is
the
it
rear dampening a little bit.
okay? Firmer, looser, softer,
Softer.
a little soft. Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Rebound and the compression.
Okay. So now you want the back end to kind of rotate a little bit more.
I'm trying to slow it down a little bit.
Okay. Oh, is it rotating a little too much right now? Okay. That's hard for an engine car to do. It's amazing that the Civic does this. It will drift, right? Essentially, which is amazing because with a front-wheel drive car, you're pulling the car through the corners. So for the back end to step out is pretty cool. You know, which is kind of what you want, but you're getting a little bit too much of that. You're trying to bring that back. Okay. Well, very cool. Thank you so much for taking the time. Best of luck in the next session, Jed. All right.
Thank you, guys.
But I love this Miata. It's still a 1.6 turbocharged. It makes around 340 horsepower to the wheel. It is a, can I say shitbox on this?
Yeah.
It's a shitbox. We'll just call it that. But it's amazing. Tony and his kid have dialed it in so much. We're going to talk to Tony, maybe if we can. But he's sending all of us out right now.
How much power did you say it made?
340.
Holy shit.
Turbocharged 1.6 liter. First gen Miata. Evos used to be the it car. Now it's S2000 in Miata. And we have my boy here, Paul Kuzma. Paul, oh my God, this is like, I'm so happy. I can't tell you how happy and how proud I am of this man. He's struggling like me. No money like me. No job like me.
Well, no, I got a job.
But then, I know he's got a good job. But then he got a job, and he got some money, and he got a girl, and he got that. So, on the come up right here, show us the car. This car is very famous. Mike Kinney, AFR
more
Turbo.
about this car than I do.
Jeremy Renshaw, they did this car. It had a Jericho gearbox in it. Still does a Jericho. Still has F20.
I think
Stroked out F20, punched out F22, punched out F22 to 2.5 liter.
somewhere around there.
And it handles well, it accelerates well, it brakes well. Paul's a great driver, but he gets behind the wheel of this car and he says, quite honestly, the car is too much for him. So explain to everyone what that means, Paul.
Basically, I've been out of the seat.
Let's go stand by the car here.
I've been out of the seat for 3 years competitively, and the car's been off track for 7 years. So we've just been trying to rebuild it, revitalize it. We're finding all the weak points that it was left with. So I just broke my diff mount, so we're done for the weekend.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, when we were looking over the car, we were like, those welds don't look great. It should hold, and it didn't hold.
How much power do you think it's making now? Did you dyno it?
We did. We turned it down because I didn't want to buy a new motor. But we turned it down. It was made about 622 on the 85.
I'm sorry, I thought you said you turned it down.
Yeah, no.
To 622. It was on Kill Map.
It was
so
over
we put it down.
700. Yeah. I don't have that Mike Kinney funds.
Yeah, so Mike Kinney from AFR and now Kinney Arms. He was the guy with the car. He's going to show us the engine now. Nutty build. Mind you, this is 7 years old, and I don't want to say 7 years old. It's probably older than that because it's probably about 9 years old because he campaigned it for like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, it got updated right before I got retired.
Yep.
The last race was the first ever GTA race in 2011.
Yep.
At Big Willow.
At Big Willow.
Yep.
No. So look at the way the exhaust, the wastegate vents out through the hood. So lay down the V-mount radiator. So cool, so cool. So all the OG AFI turbo stuff. So this is an amazing, amazing build. It's so great to see you have it out here. Paul got into the car, and now we love seeing it. I was so happy when I saw that. Look at, you can even see, like, the hood is even excited for Paul. See it? See, the hood's excited for Paul. I used that one before. I'm going to keep doing that one. Paul, thank you very much. Sorry you're done for the weekend.
You know,
we're going to hang out and do another kind of time attack later. So good to see you. So proud of this guy. Look at this car. Look at this car. NSX. This is not your Porsche. This is not your other Honda. This is not like. So, how's the weekend going? What sort of times are you going for? Amir's a very good shoe, very good driver, very discerning, like JDM guy too. So this is like a magazine cover car, and you're here knocking it around the track with a carbon fiber helmet, no less. I gotta brush your shoulder off here, sir. My God.
Time attack car should look cool.
Yes, agreed. Agreed. Thank you very much. So, what's your in this car? What's your PB? We call it your personal best, and where are you at? This week.
So the last time this car was at this track, I did a 156, which was the NA NSX record, like the fastest anyone's ever gone. Wow. And since then, we put in a turbo K20 wide body and took out about 400 pounds.
Wait, you say turbo K20?
Yeah, in the back.
Oh, turbo K20.
So we did that swap. However, this is the first lap this car has ever done with this setup. So right now, we're just going to do a recon lap and see what happens. Not really hoping for too much. We literally finished the car last night. So.
I'm telling you, Amir, recon laps, Hoonigan doesn't know what that means. We want to see like full send.
Full send?
Yeah, we want to see full send.
Fortunately, I'm really shitty at going like 5/10. I always end up being like, yeah, it feels good. So maybe we'll see it.
Very cool. Amir's so excited to see the car here. Turbo K20 in this one. Nice. Good luck, sir. All right, they're getting ready to go out. We don't want to bother them. Here we have this car I love. This is a supercharged K-Series on an EK Civic. I want to say it's an M&M wide body, Volks JRG suspension. There's a lot of Honda hate going on here. What's up? You're on the internet. All right. Ryan Novak, team principal, guy who built this car. He was also on our daily transmission show with the RB powered S chassis, but he since used the fame from that to sell it and get out of that car. He had the Coors Light Impreza, sold that one. That one's gone too, right? No. Yeah. But this is your new toy. Tell us about this new one. EK supercharged K Series, JRZs, Volks. What aero is that?
M&M wide body that we just modified a little bit more, and stock K20R with the supercharger, and makes about 420 horsepower right now.
And you said that you're sequential gearbox too, correct?
Yeah, we're having some issues.
You're running, yeah, I heard you lost third right now.
Yeah, it won't go from fourth to third, so he's just dealing with it.
I love
That's pretty much about
Alex Payne Fulio is driving it right now, amazing driver. What times are you running?
I think today was a 152. So.
Oh, yesterday you ran 55. Today's a 52.
Yeah.
You think you got a 45 in it, you're telling me?
The car is definitely a 45 the way it sits, but we're just having some issues, tires, and all little things, so.
Good luck.
Thanks, bud.
Catch up with you.
All right.
Okay, we're going to move on. These guys are getting ready to line up. We'll go over here and we'll see how they grid them up. They try to grid them up in relation to how fast they're going. Doesn't matter what class they're in. They put them by speed, so fastest car goes up front. What you're supposed to do in time attack is take off slowly on your outlap to let room grow between you and the car in front of you. A lot of drivers don't do that here. They don't really listen too well. So they struggle with that. Now how it works, they go out for a lap. They just try to warm the cars up. Don't try to overheat the engines or the tires. That's the big challenge, or the brakes. When they come around for this first one, that's when they wave the green flag. That's when the time goes. In a perfect world, your first lap is going to be your heater. Like I said, top teams go for one lap, one fast lap. Some of the slower people will go for 3 laps. Not to say Sally's slower, but the lower classes will go for 3 laps. And then some of the entry-level guys will just go for the whole entire 20 minutes. But the high-level cars, they have the front ends all masked off. The radiators don't even really work other than just barely cool the car. So they can't go for very long. Tiny little fuel cells don't take a lot of gas, can only go 1 lap. See already? The first Evo's already done its banger. Scott Vanderheid's here. Sharp Media, filming for Global Time Attack, so very cool to see him out here. And then let's go over the wall. Let's see if we can watch him a little bit.
There was a question about trunk-mounted versus chassis-mounted wings.
Oh man, not gonna lie. Chassis-mounted wings are much better because it gets more rigidity. It puts the downforce right into the chassis. When you have a trunk-mounted wing, even if it's carbon fiber, no matter what, the flex and the give of the wing doesn't allow the wing to be stable. And if you have that buffeting on the wing, that's not good. You want it to transfer directly to the chassis. Chassis-mounted wings are better, but obviously, when you get into a chassis-mounted wing, you have to remove the chassis to open the trunk. I mean, remove the wing to open the trunk because it goes through the trunk and into the chassis. So it's not very conducive for a street car, but for a race car, chassis-mounted wings are the way to go.
Someone wants to know what would happen if these front-wheel drive cars didn't have the giant rear wings.
The front-wheel drive cars, what they do is they put down so much power, it's like a shopping cart, I hate to say. It just sort of drags the back end around, so you want to keep that back end planted, and then if you do, you could actually make it go... That Porsche sounds sick.
Sounds so good.
You want to keep that back end planted. Much more so in a rear-wheel drive car because you're powering the rear wheels, but in a front-wheel drive car, it is definitely effective. Front wings are even more effective on front-wheel drive cars, obviously, because you're turning and powering with the same wheels.
Can you ask Nads about swan neck spoilers and why they're used?
Oh, yeah, the swan necks are a different thing. The swan necks actually, the way they come out, the way the design of them is, instead of going straight, they have that arc to them, and it actually adds a little bit more rigidity to the pedestals. And it just looks cool as F, too. Oh, I can say fuck, can I?
You can. What is better, diffuser or spoiler? I mean, they kind of live harmoniously,
kind of
right?
Like the diffuser is a spoiler, technically, but I see what you're saying. So
that Versace
the diffuser, I know
that Versace sponsorship got me fucked up.
Really, yeah. The diffuser's in the rear with the strakes on it. The spoiler's in the front with the splitter. So what you want to have, you want to have a combination of the two, and they work together to keep the front end down and then channel the air all the way through the body.
What's your dream time attack build?
Man, I just posted something on my Instagram. I really love the HKS Scuba Breaker 01, the Track Attack Altezza. I'm a huge nerd for like IS300 Altezza, the SEX 10s. I just love that chassis. But for me, it's such a basic B build, but I really like the CTA 9, the Evo 7, Evo 8, those are the ones, those are my jams, you know. I just think there's a lot of development put into them. I really like the 4G63. But if I had to build a car today, like my pick of the show today, of the event today, is Ryan Novak's EK with the K-Series. It's an FF, but I really, really like that car. As a Honda guy, I think that car is just so awesome. I don't know if I would have gone supercharged K, I would have maybe gone turbo K, because you can maybe get a little bit more power, but Dave and his team at Craftworks know what they're doing. Craftworks did the supercharger on our Shark car too.
Ask Nads how he feels about the all-wheel drive Ultima that is coming out. Please and thank you.
Don't know enough to speak on it, but you know, not much of an Ultima fan. But you know what, I can appreciate all-wheel drive.
If you had a limited budget and had to choose, would you put more money into mechanical grip or the aerodynamics of the car?
Mechanical grip. You always start with mechanical grip. Mechanical grip is where you build your base, and that's the easiest way to build it too. Once you get the mechanical grip right, you could adjust that based on your driving ability and based on how much power you're making. Tires come into play and everything. Once you get the mechanical grip right, you add aerodynamic grip. When you get into the upper echelons, then you adjust mechanical grip versus aerodynamic grip. But initially, always start with mechanical grip.
Do you have an overall favorite Honda?
Man, you kidding me?
Top 3?
Top 3? Wow. I don't know what's going on with the times. That's not right.
No.
Top 3 Honda builds. I would say Top Fuel. I really love Top Fuel. Top Fuel did a DC5. I had a DC5, so I really loved the all-carbon DC5 that they did. Loved that car. I love the Voltex S2000. That was another good one. From ASM, they did full Voltex aero on it. That was a time attack car. And then, boy, you know what? Man, it's not my jam, but I gotta say Steph's Civic drag car, the very first one, the EK one, the yellow one, the very first tube chassis car in the world. Trying to bring that in for a build biology. Really want to get down with that car.